trust. So, what is my vision for the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry? Simple. My vision is simple and practical. Ghana must produce more, add more value, sell more, so that we can create jobs, reduce pressure on prices, and above all, create wealth among our populace. You will see me recently in the market making sure that prices reflect the economy, reflect the gain that we have made, so that we are all enjoying the benefits of Abba and Papa. The people we serve do not eat policy papers. Policies are good, but they feel outcomes at the market, at the farm gate, at the factory, and in their homes. When I meet traders and manufacturers, I do not hear complicated requests. I hear practical concerns, delays, cost, uncertainty, and the everyday struggle to keep businesses running. I recently engaged a group of local producers, and one of them put it plainly, Honorable, we can work day and night, but when raw materials don't come, machines also sleep. That statement stayed me up because it captures the real economy. For that reason, our focus is practical. We are working to make the business environment more predictable, clearer rules, faster processes, fewer avoidable delays, so businesses can plan, expand, and employ more people. At the same time, we are strengthening the link between farms and factories, because no industrial ambition succeeds if factories cannot secure consistent input. That is why aggregation, quality checks, storage, and workable supply arrangements matter. Recently, there was cassava chips glut in the Volta region. I also knew of a factory that is coming up. I linked the factory together and they collected everything. We are linking the farm with factories. The truth, it was the president who drew my attention and I rose to the occasion. We are also reinforcing standards and quality, because trade is built on trust, and a single rejected shipment can set a business back for months. And we are expanding markets, especially across Africa under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. So Ghanaian businesses, particularly women-led and youth-led enterprises, can export with confidence and compete fairly. Now here is where the media becomes essential. Visibility and public trust depend not only on what we do, but also on how the public hears and understands it, and also experiences it. Even the best program can lose public trust if facts do not lead the conversation. And even the most sincere policy can be misunderstood if the public cannot see what it means for their lives. I remember my lecturer, Professor Mensah Bonsu, told me that lawyers are trained to present the truth beautifully. We don't lie. We only present the truth beautifully. What about if our women in the media decide to present our truth beautifully so that people appreciate and understand same? Public trust grows when people can see the work, understand the work, and assess the work. That is why this forum, bringing women leaders and media into strategic collaboration, is so important. Accordingly, I want to propose a simple partnership. What I ask from the media is simple. Be fair and factual. Hold us accountable, yes, but do it with evidence and balance. Help translate the work into real life. Let policy sound like what it truly means for the market woman, the farmer, the exporter, and the young graduate looking for jobs. Give visibility to Ghanaian enterprises. And what my ministry will commit to do is also clear. Access, responsiveness, visibility on the ground. Finally, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the presence of the Vice President and the Chief of Staff in this forum today is a reminder that this agenda is not peripheral. It is central to the Ghana we want to build together. The president has shown belief in women. Our duty now is to justify that belief by delivering results and by earning public trust through steady, honest engagement. If we get this partnership right, women leaders and the media working with professionalism and mutual respect, then visibility will no longer be a struggle. It will be a natural outcome of real work. May women continue to rule. May we lead. May the opportunity that we have gotten give places for more women to climb the ladder. I thank you for your kind attention.
That was powerful. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare, Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. I would now like to welcome the Minister for Government Communications and Special Spokesperson for the President. He needs to go and do some other things, but if you don't agree, we won't release him. All those in favor of him leaving, say aye. All those against, say nay. Nay. You are staying till then. Let's welcome you with a round of applause.
Well, I've clearly lost this impromptu election. Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Honorable Chief of Staff, Ministers of State, senior government officials, distinguished ladies. In fact, I was going to say gentlemen, but I noticed that we are vastly outnumbered. And therefore, I need to limit my acknowledgement of the men. Let me begin by requesting you to give my deputy, Shamima, a big round of applause. I noticed that she is far too modest and so has placed my photograph together with His Excellency, the President and the Vice President, when it should actually be her photograph. She has been the inspiration behind this program. I have had virtually nothing to do. She has done all the legwork and has managed to make history in the sense that this has to be arguably the single largest collection of the most powerful women in Ghana. And it is not an easy feat to pull off, and she has done it. She typifies what the woman can do when so empowered, and I'm very grateful to have her as my able deputy. It makes the work extremely easy for me. I'm also very gratified that we are able to attract the attention of such a collection of powerful and influential women. Despite your very busy schedules, you have made time to be with us. It is an attestation to the importance that you attach to issues relating to the advancement of the cause of women. Now, we intend for this to be an annual event where we engage in frank exchange, where we engage in ideation and place issues affecting women on the front burner. We want to fashion a platform that enables the most important matters relating to women to be discussed and firm and concrete outcomes achieved. We also hope that in the coming years, you will give us the same cooperation that you have extended to us today. And I do know that the example that you have set here will set a torch alight that we can hold aloft for a long time to come. If anybody wants to be at a gathering where the most influential women are present and where the most topical issues concerning women are discussed, it will be this Women in Government and Media platform. It will become our own Beijing conference, that famous conference held in China in 1995, at which the late First Lady, Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings of blessed memory, represented Ghana ably. I am happy to be associated with this. We have made incremental progress in terms of the advancement of women. I recall that as a child, I used to follow closely events surrounding the promotion of girl child education. I know that songs were composed, and some of the leading lights in the media, like my sister Gifty Auntie, Akushika Akwe and Co., were at the forefront of this and ever. The records show today that there are more girls in school than boys. Indeed, recently I was invited to the basic school that I attended as guest of honor for their speech and prize giving day. And when I was there as a student, it was difficult to find a woman amongst the top 10 performing students. But when I last went there, I had the privilege of presenting prizes to girl after girl after girl. And indeed, President Mahama captured it rightly when only last week in Zambia, he noted that perhaps we may have to devise a special program for the boy child. Because the girls have clearly overtaken the boys. And it is a step in the right direction. It shows that with consistent efforts, if we work at it, we are going to achieve outcomes that would surpass our expectations. So on that note, let me belatedly welcome all of you and join you to participate fully in this event so that we leave here better off than we arrived. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, my boss. Today I can sleep well. Please, another round of applause for the Honorable Presidential Spokesperson and Minister Government Communication. And he will be taking leave of us very shortly. I want to acknowledge the presence of a very special sister whose story and whose legacy and mentorship gave rise to many of us to take a bold decision to walk into this very hard arena. And I left her to sit in for a while because I wanted this quiet moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let us acknowledge the presence of Madam Joyce Bauer, Mrs. Special aide to President Mahama and also advisor to the president. Can you get to be an advisor to the president? Please, Madam Joyce, please rise as we honor your esteemed presence and the work you continue to do to inspire and motivate many young people to enter the arena. Because really, why not? Thank you, Honorable, and we will be able to grant you permission to take your leave after a few more minutes. And then the Chief of Staff would also give us some brief remarks on behalf of the President, and then we'll take the remainder of our statements before our Vice will now come and deliver her keynote. So next, now I have the privilege to welcome our Gender Minister that is implementing our affirmative action. She doesn't want me to give her a lot of praise. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us welcome the Honorable Minister for Gender, MP Na Mumu Lati.
Thank you very much, Shemima. Your Excellency, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, Honorable Chief of Staff, Honorable colleague ministers and deputies, presidential staffers, members of parliament, public officials, development partners, distinguished women in the media space, esteemed media, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to thank you for this great opportunity to be able to share. There's something that Felix said that will make me go straight into talking about the Ministry of Gender. Not to bore you too much with my personal life. And I just want to say that the boys don't have to wait for too long because the Ministry of Gender has commenced what we call the Men's Conference. And this Men's Conference talks about positive masculinity. We commenced this last year, or early this year, last year. In 2025, we commenced the Men's Conference that talks about positive masculinity, using the men, getting them educated, and then sensitized to stop violence against women. Using them to support the women empowerment agenda. And so as you empower somebody, you also get empowered. And so the Men's Conference, or positive masculinity, has come to stay. It is interesting that anytime we talk about women and leadership, people ask, what do you bring to the table? We bring a whole lot that the men don't have. It is not men against women. It is us, men and women, building a nation. And in this case, building the Ghana we all want. It is not a battle where a line is drawn, and so we are all up in arms against each other, facing each other to face fight and then see who wins or who is better. I think that at this stage, what Ghana needs is us bringing the whole of ourselves as women. For each and every one of us to be seated here means that there's a quality that you have that others don't have. And if by grace you've been given the opportunity to serve, be it in the public sector, private sector, or wherever, it means that you have enough to cause the change that is needed. And on this note, I want to thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, for this great opportunity to serve in a sector that concerns every single Ghanaian in Ghana. And so the issues are enormous. They are about us. And so when they come up, we tackle it with all the passion and energy that we have. This evening, I bring you warm greetings from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, which has the mandate to mainstream gender and social inclusion concerns into national policies, plans, and budgets in line with the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It is an honor to be invited to this laudable first national annual forum on women in government and media, convened at the moment in Ghana's democratic development journey, where women are being empowered through policy reforms and inclusive leadership. Your Excellency, the theme for this forum, leadership, visibility, and public trust, is timely and speaks directly to our national aspirations, which strongly aligns with government's commitment to inclusive governance as articulated in the 1992 Constitution and Ghana's obligations under the regional and international frameworks of CEDAW, which is the Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, the Beijing Platform for Action, and the Sustainable Development Goals, especially Goal 5 and Goal 16. Gender equality, as we all know, there's global evidence consistently that demonstrates that women in leadership tend to advance inclusive policies and priorities in the social protection, education, health, and peace building, which are fundamental to sustainable and equitable development. When women leaders are well positioned, visibly and meaningfully represented, public institutions become more responsive to the needs of all citizens. Distinguished invited guests, as part of the resetting agenda of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ghana has made commendable progress to promote gender equality across various sectors in nurturing women leaders across public institutions, local government, as well as the media. These efforts reflect a deliberate commitment to, or by the government, leading to a fair representation and effective public service delivery. Key among these implementations is the Affirmative Action Law, which all of us are aware that by the grace of God, we've commenced effective implementation. The Secretariat has been set up. The committee to oversee its implementation is there. There's commitment on the part of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who has also set up a task force at the presidency to ensure that almost all the things we have set up, the targets and all that, are achieved. This evening, as we sit here, we are guided to ensure that in our respective places, like Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman will say, it is not enough for us to be the first to enter. It is not enough for us to be the ones on the seat. But it is so crucial that that door through which we entered, we keep that door open for many more women to enter. And that is the only way we can achieve our target. On this note, let it ring in your mind as you assist us, as you assist His Excellency to allow more women to enter so that affirmative action will be achieved. Gender parity is the way to go. Thank you.
Gender parity is the way to go. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And so the next round of statements, 3 minutes strictly, please. The VIP has been in cabinet the whole day, so please let's make the speeches as short as possible. We're now going to hear from a CEO of a major performing entity, and it's my honor now to welcome to also make her impact statement, Miss Judith Ajoba Blay, CEO of Ghana Gas and Energy Woman of the Year as well. Please, let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you, Shamima. I'll try and do 3 minutes. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Honorable Ministers and Members of Parliament, Honorable Chief of Staff, Senior Government and Public Officials, my colleague CEOs, Captains and Queens of the media, distinguished guests, I bring you warm greetings from the board, management, and the hard-working staff of Ghana Gas. It is a great honor to address this distinguished gathering of powerful women in public service and media. I wish to express my profound gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, for believing in women and choosing Ghana's first woman Vice President. Thank you again for appointing all of us in this room to serve in your government, Your Excellency. I particularly want to thank His Excellency for believing in me, a woman and a non-engineer, and for appointing me to lead a male-dominated, purely engineering company. I'm pleased to report to you, Mr. President, that the mandate entrusted in me is delivering measurable results and meaningful impact. Under my supervision, Ghana Gas has sustained uninterrupted gas operations and increased the GPP's operational capacity from an average of 100 MMscf within just a year. That's the power of a woman. That's the power of all of us here. This achievement was anchored on my drive to create a culture of excellence, collaboration, and accountability. For the entire 2 weeks of the 2025 planned shutdown maintenance, I stayed with the team of engineers to ensure the timely resolution of any challenge that could have delayed the project timeline. That's a typical woman leader. I stayed there for 2 weeks. I left my family, stayed in Atrabo for 2 weeks, something none of my predecessors had done at Ghana Gas. Let's see what that resulted in. This resulted in the plant coming on stream in an unprecedented record time of 10 days, rather than the 14 days that the minister agreed for us to have it. That's the power of a woman. It is gratifying to report that these milestones were achieved at a comparatively reduced cost. That's another milestone, another trait of a woman, reduce cost in line with our objective of cost optimization. Your Excellency, and a deep sense of duty, I must acknowledge that the journey has not been without its challenges. About a year ago, on International Women's Day exactly, I assumed office at Ghana Gas without fanfare at the Gas House boardroom. For approximately 3 weeks, I used the boardroom as a strategic hub, holding extensive meetings with departments across all facets of the company. This exercise was part of my initial diagnostic strategy, a comprehensive assessment of our strengths, our weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It has also effectively dispelled the myth that non-engineers were unsuitable for leadership in that space. Leadership is about clarity, it's about vision, and it's simply about execution. Through this process, we clearly defined what needed immediate attention, what required short-term intervention, and what demanded medium-term planning. One key issue that emerged was what I termed the culture of false agency at Ghana Gas. Everything was labeled urgent and critical, forcing the organization into perpetual firefighting mode. Recognizing that this was a cultural issue rather than members of the team on the need for structured planning. Did I say structured planning? Yes. That's the woman way. With their support, we have replaced that culture with one anchored on strategy, prioritization, and accountability. Having stabilized and optimized our gas infrastructure, management and the board are fully aligned with the President's vision and the Minister's direction to expand national gas infrastructure. Our focus includes the addition of a third compressor, the Takoradi Thermal Pipeline, and the gas processing plant too. These projects are not merely corporate initiatives, they are generational investments that will strengthen energy security, stimulate industrial growth, and anchor Ghana's long-term development. Our relationship with the media. In executing this bold vision, we recognize the media as a strategic partner. Ghana Gas is and remains intentional about supporting the media growth and professionalism. We provide sponsorship support, organize periodic media trainings to deepen understanding of gas operations, host annual media soirees to encourage open and relaxed engagement, and offer academic scholarship to strengthen capacity in media. And my friend Eji Akwaku will testify to this relationship. Our objective is simple: to equip the media with the knowledge and the access necessary to report accurately, confidently, and responsibly, ensuring that information reaching the Ghanaian public is factual and free from misinformation. In return, I seek a collaborative relationship built on transparency, accountability, mutual trust, and respect from the media. Ask questions, demand clarity, hold us accountable, but let us engage constructively to ensure that national conversations around energy are informed and balanced. At Ghana Gas, friends from the media is literal. To follow women leaders here, whether in government or in media, I leave you with this. Competence knows no gender. Leadership knows no gender. Impact knows no gender. So wherever we find ourselves in energy, in governance, or in journalism, do not just occupy space, transform it. Let's clone ourselves. I think I'm mimicking what Her Excellency says. She opens the door, and she leaves it open for others to walk in. I call it cloning ourselves, leaving ourselves behind when we are not there. The same self, Judith the leader, Judith the impactful leader. Have I cloned myself before I leave? Let's clone ourselves. A vision I'm implementing at Ghana Gas with the formation of Ghana Gas Ladies. I'd like to conclude by expressing my sincere appreciation to the Office of the Government Communication for conceptualizing this novel program. It provides visibility to leadership and strengthens public trust as we work assiduously to advance the resetting agenda. Thank you. God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time to hear the leader of the Women Caucus in Parliament, the Honorable Comfort Doyo Kujo Ganza. Please, with a round of applause.
Professor Nana Opoku Agyemang, our Vice President, Chief of Staff, I would like to stand on the existing protocol. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak under the theme Leadership, Visibility, and Public Trust. Serving in leadership role in Ghana today as a woman is challenging. It means a major issues across Parliament, the public service, various leadership positions, and in the media. Far too long, women have contributed significantly behind the scenes, yet their voices have not been heard. Even though Ghana has taken an important step with the appointment of 8 first female vice presidents, of which we commend the president for this bold decision, but we still have a long way to go. Out of 276 members of parliament, we have 41 female representation, which is relatively small as compared. There is the need to fight for protection of the few women in governance and advocate for the increase in number of female representation, especially in parliament. Government should pay attention to the few women representation.
Fear.
Thank you.